With a one-arm rope pushdown, it's the same thing as a tricep pushdown using a rope with one hand. Some people may call it something, so this is like the gym lingo. So basically you're using a rope with a tricep pushdown using one hand. You can throw it whatever coordination, everybody puts it together in whatever name they want to anyway. But what you're looking for is when you do one arm like this with a rope, it just gives you the freedom, because if you're limited in a wheelchair or a scooter or electric wheelchair or some sort of device that you're seated and you're limited where you got to stop at your legs, one arm gives you the freedom to push on the side or train on the side but still get the same effect. But when you're doing this, some people this may be too tall and you're like, well, I can't do it. This is too tall, Nick. See, you're focused on the problem. I always focus on solutions. So how do you get this down? Simply by pulling out the pin and you lift up the base plate. And when you do that, there's the rope coming down. So put the pin in and it stays locked into place. That's how you take whatever height and you make it work for you. Now when performing this, a couple things to look for is you always want to keep the back straight like this. Don't round your back. That can lead to injury, and keeping the back straight will prevent you from having injury. There's always a chance to get injured, but you're less likely if you keep your back straight versus hunched. Another thing, when you're doing this, the key here is to keep your arm, this part of your arm, parallel with the unit. So I'm going to keep this in parallel to this. So if I lean forward, this should stay in alignment to the side of my body. So, and also when you breathe, you always want to exhale on the exertion. So exertion is the lifting part. So you're going to breathe out, pushing down, and breathe in, going up. Breathe out, breathe in. Breathe out, breathe in. And as you do this, you can go straight down versus twisting out. There's two different variations. As you can see, you can perform this in different things. But since this is a one-arm, this is a rope, so a rope pushdown would be two hands like this. Since we're going to do this one arm, we're going to just move this up. So now it just leaves one arm free like this. And when I was talking about keeping the wrist straight versus pressing, twisting, so you can keep the wrist straight and just drive it down like so. Or you can twist the wrist out like that. Now a couple of things to look for. If you keep your elbows to your side and you press down, it works three heads of the tricep break out evenly. Your lateral, long, and medial. Now if you twist it outwards and you keep your elbows out, it's going to emphasis on the lateral head. This one, what people consider the horseshoe head of the tricep. So what the difference is, like this is all three, but you got to squeeze in and fill it, versus keeping it outwards and you spread it outwards like this. You want to almost focus on squeezing out like, whoa, like a ninja, whoa, versus whoa, like a hammer. See, if you just squeeze it and fill it on your own, just like do this, like a hammer, versus like this, squeezing outwards, and you want to concentrate on that. You can feel more emphasis as you squeeze and contract there than if you do there. So that's the different variation of a one-arm rope pushdown. You just squeeze it, but you don't forget to keep your back, your breathing, and then if you decide to work on the lateral head, now, depending on how your goals are and stuff like that, that depends on how many sets and reps, and that's a whole different thing. This is just demonstrating the exercise and what the possibilities are and the different variations, so people can't say, I'm in a wheelchair, I'm in a scooter, I can't do it, because it's a bunch of crap. Because I just make things work. I'm just teaching you and educating you to be the best that you can be, eliminating excuses. So just make it work, no excuses, just do it.